Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here and welcome back to X-Plane 11. Another early morning flight before work, before I have to start working in an office. I've told the story many times, I'm not going to tell it again. But we do have a whole bunch of videos coming, even some pre-recorded. So, no gap in videos yet. Hopefully that's okay with you. It's certainly okay with me. Cops are here, don't know why, not for us. But where are we? What are we doing? We're going to do a cute little flight today. Balearic Islands, Menorca Airport in Spain. Oh boy, Balears. I mean, it's double L, so that'd be in in Spanish. Balears. It's probably not pronounced that with the correct accent whatsoever. I'm just using my 7th grade Spanish that I remember not well either. So what are we doing? Starting at Lima Echo Michael Hotel and going another island next door, Lima Echo Sierra Bravo. As always, the description and everything contains where we are, what we're doing, in case I forget to say it. All right, that was not the introduction I planned, but that's okay, because if I write it down, it sounds like I'm reading. If I rehearse it, it sounds silly. Is that a volcano above the airplane right here? Cool. Real world weather is turned on. Yes, my washing machine is washing in the background. I am washing some clothes for my wife. Real world weather turned on. I keep playing with my settings for SkyMaxx Pro, because it updated to 4.9.2 at the time of this recording, and there are many options for the way clouds look, and I can't decide which one I like, so I keep softening them up. The HD ones look terrible. These look okay. They look too soft, actually, but better than the hard. So we'll keep it like this. We'll see what it looks like in the air. I'll make adjustments on the fly. Pun totally intended. And let's get going. What a long introduction. But that's what's going on. You know, this is Turtle Style. You come back because you like Turtle Style. If you're new, subscribe. Stick around. This is what we do here. We're going to fly too, I promise. In fact, let's just do that right now. Hopping inside, looking at the checklist. Start with our fuel. Let's see here. Weight and balance, fueling back in my chair. Let's do an hour and a half just in case. It shouldn't be flying that long. We're just going from one island to the next. 8:20 local time. Parking brake should be set. I don't even know what preset that is. It's that one. Good. Oh boy, do I remember how to fly this. Generator on. That's this one. Battery on should be right next door. And it is. Generator, battery, check for 3 green lights for landing. Yes. Barometer, altimeter, yes, we do have real weather turned on. I guess we're here. Click on it. No ATIS, but what do we have? Well, there's an ATIS. We're not going to worry about it. Altimeter, 3018. This is before engine start? Okay. 3018. I can't see that far. I'm 42 years old. 30, and the needle's in the way. 30. That'd be 3028, 3018 right there. What is weather? 40 to 120, that's quite variable. So that's 4 to 12. What do we have? Well, that's 11 away from that and 7 away from that. But 4 is 3 away from that and 15 away from that. So 40 is like this, 120. So the wind is going like this. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So let's take off on this runway, which is going to be 19, because we don't know where it's coming from. So we're just going to taxi straight until we get to the runway. Piece of cake. Okay. I guess I should turn on ATIS and see which runway's in use. Okay, never mind. Let's try that again. So we're going to go here. Let's turn on ATIS. Wait, where are the radios on this thing? Right here. Communication. 129.15. 129.1. Whoops. 1.5. Oh my gosh, are you serious right now? 129.15. Is it going to work? It is. Arriving runway 1. See? That's opposite what I said. So runway 1 means 10 degrees. We're actually going to turn around. See, that's where he's taxiing. So he's going to use active runway. We're just going to turn around, use that runway. Okay, fine. See? Follow the rules. It's easier that way. Reset flight controls. There we go. That means this too. Yep, everything working. Yeah, okay, good. Carb heat off. I think that's this one. If we go like this, carb heat off. Cowl flaps open. Strobe and position lights. Strobe and position lights. Close the canopy? Question mark. There we go. Mixture rich, pushed in, props in, throttle 1/4, check the fuel gauge. It's over here somewhere, right there. Check fuel shut off, pushed in. I think that's this, and it is. I can't remember what that is. Fuel pump on, that's there. Push electric starter. And we're running and rolling. Fuel pump off after engine runs smoothly at 800 RPMs. And it is there. Gradually increase to 1200 for engine warm up. All right. Y on keyboard to sync gyros. There we go. That spun around right there. Very nice. Make sure flaps are up. Yes. Hydraulic power on by pulling it out. Lean the mixture. Bring throttles back. And begin the taxi. No taxi lights. Let's get these back in. I really want to play the record, but we can't because of music copyright. But we'll do this anyway, super fast. Oh, hello. Okay, turn you away before it catches us. Okie dokie. Taxi. That is it. Holy cow, that was fast. What did I say we're doing? We're turning around. Right. Turn around and use that runway that has the big airplane on it. Okay, here we go. Parking brake off. Lots of rudder to the left so we can get going. Don't get stuck on that grass. Very nice. Oh, we can't get out this way. We're supposed to go out this way. Why did anybody tell us? All right, we're just gonna go like this. I kind of want to catch that 738 taking off. I think it's a 738. So hopefully we get turned around in time here. All right, let's keep an eye out for that guy. Because we're just gonna go here, take taxiway Charlie. Hopefully see the 738 take off. And there he goes. Think we can taxi while we watch him. This could get interesting, folks. There's rotation. And whoops. I'm watching the airplane, not myself. Oh boy, oh boy. Trying to do camera and taxi at the same time in two different directions is not easy. That's the hardest thing I've ever done. Wow, that's awesome. There he goes. And there goes our taxi. Cool. Alrighty, we have a pretty long taxi. Let's get in the right position and I'll see you when it's time to take off. Alrighty, let's skedaddle here and get on the runway. Hopefully nothing is coming in to land while we try to get set up to go here. Doesn't look like it. Whoa, this is hard to do when you're doing different angles. I tell you, man. Alright, so in the previous flight video, I totally forgot to talk about the yoke thing. And I'm going to talk about it now, I hope. And it's 2 times in a week I've heard this information by completely different related sources, so I thought it was an interesting coincidence. I want to talk about it myself. Let's stop right here. It's at the parking brake. Hopefully I don't forget. We're not going to do a ramp today. Alright, let's see. Landing lights. Where are you? Over here, maybe? Where are the landing lights? Oh, I see them. I see them. They're right here. Landing lights on. Fuel pump confirmed on. Dome light off. It is. Note the time on the clock. And here it's 8:28. 29 just switched. Full rich. Flaps up. Full throttle. We get 1 minute before we have to bring it back. Take off at 60 or 70, pull back at 60, take off at 70, and then cruise checklist once we're in the air. Alrighty, here we go. Let's take off. So what I was going to say about the yoke is someone mentioned, I was talking to a real life pilot who also does sim, and they said in real life, one of the things that makes flying easier is that, alright, hang on, gear up, is that the yoke isn't so sensitive. You have to fight the yoke a lot. People try to drive it like a car, go down the freeway, but it's not. You really have to fight that yoke to get it to do anything, which means you have more room to play with it. But in the simulator, you just barely touch the yoke, and like, watch, let me just barely touch it to the left. See? Barely touch it to the right. See? But in real life, you kind of go like this just to do anything. But look what happens in the sim. So then, after that conversation I had with somebody, I was watching a video yesterday of a real pilot, and they were fighting with that yoke like they were wrestling an alligator, and the airplane barely responded, which is good because then it's not oversensitive. So it made me think, you know, maybe I should desensitize my yoke in the sim, but my yoke settings are based on what manufacturers of airplanes recommend, so I'm not really going to mess with it. But I just wanted to have a little conversation because I thought that was interesting. Like, imagine landing a big jet where you have room to fight with the yoke. Because right now, if I do like the 727 and I just bump the yoke, it starts to wobble, right? But if I had room to fight it, that would be really nice. Where are we going? What are we doing? Completely VFR. I'm so excited about this. I didn't even think what I was doing. But I don't even know which direction we're heading. Where are we going? What are we doing? 30 degrees. So we're heading kind of northish, sort of. Right? Okay. We actually want to go west. That's okay. We're just going to do a sightseeing. I mean, this is a sightseeing trip, right? Look at that little volcano thing. There's the ocean. All right, so what are we doing? Cruise. Make sure everything is out of the red. So you want props at 22, throttle at 27. So let's come over here. First of all, let's turn the fuel pump off. We want props at 22, manifold at 27. Manifold at 27, props are at 23. Very nice. You can put our props back to 22. There we go. We're good. Okay. We do have autopilot. Yes, but we're not going to use it. So let's look outside for a minute, and then we will actually go on our little trip here we're supposed to go. So here's the big island with Menorca. So you can see the whole island from the air, and we're just going to fly to another little island. That's all this is. Very easy, very simple VFR. Look at that. Full detail. Everything is in full detail. All my settings are crank except reflections because I can't stand that they don't update in real time. I know that's not possible anyway, but I don't like it. All right, let's take some screenshots here. Looking around. We got real weather turned on. I mean, this is to me what Flight Simulator is all about. GA stuff, high detail. Not quite photoreal, but good enough. Real world weather. Just gorgeous. Okay, so let's pull up the chart on our lap. So we have a little map on our lap. That's what this is. And let's see where we're headed. We are headed over here. Where are we going? Lima, Sierra Bravo. We're going over here, see? So what we need to do is turn all the way around and fly this way. It's going to be completely VFR, but I have an idea. Let's put in, first of all, let's not get above the clouds because we're VFR, not IFR. Let's put in a VOR just because we can, just to track it. Basically, so we know where we're going when I sightsee, because it's so easy to get off course when you sightsee. So let's make a U-turn here. And then we'll put in a VOR just so we have something to track. I'm trimming down because I don't want to keep ascending. I don't want to get above those clouds. So we're at 300 right now. Let's get to about, well, let's look at our chart. Let's do about 260 or so, and then we'll level off. Use heading bug with autopilot so we can sightsee and get our VOR set up. So there's 270. And there's about 260 right there. Let's level off for a minute. Let's go over to our autopilot. This one, let's set this to 260 like that, and let's do heading bug, and let's do alt hold. Alt hold is because I don't want to get into the clouds. Heading bug is so we follow 260. There we go. So now we just have to be careful of our manifold pressure, which is fine. Let's bring back props to 22. Manifold pressure can go up to 27. And we're at 25, 26, 27. And props back a little more. There we go. Now we're cruising. We're using autopilot so that we can sightsee and do some other things. Alrighty, let's see. Too early for our approach checklist, so let's get the VOR set up. Let's pull up our chart on our lap. Well, let's do 2 VORs. This is going to be a long flight. Oh my gosh, I thought this would be like a 5-minute flight. This is going to be a long one. That's okay. Let's tune in this VOR first. 112.9. So let's come down here and do 112.9. There's 112, and there's 9, and put it over here. And we want to do, what do we want to come in at? What should we come in at? Let's see. Let's do, we want to end up here. So let's come in, let's come inbound. Let's just come inbound wherever we are right now. So let's spin this around until we line up with it. There we go. And let's come over here and let's do track. And it should make minute adjustments here so we end up going inbound on the VOR. And then once we get to this VOR, we'll tune in the next one. Alright, so we were out over the water, and then I realized I did the same mistake I did before. I did my VOR card backwards, so we were heading away from our VOR instead of towards it, so we were going the wrong way on the planet. I can't believe I did that. That is so dumb. My first thought was to scrap the video, start over, but I'm like, you know what? My whole motto of this channel is flight sim for the rest of us. I am not like a professional flight simmer. I barely know what I'm doing. It's not a secret. So I screwed up big time. And that sent us off the wrong direction over the ocean. So we are not headed towards our original destination, which means we're going to run out of fuel if we try to keep going. So I think for this flight, what we're going to do is we're going to, well, we're going to land where we started. We're not going to make it to our destination. So what are we doing? Where are we? What are we doing? I have no idea where we are. Don't know the area. It's totally lost. So let's pull up our map. And this is where we started from, right? LEMH, yeah. So that's where we're going to end up. So we're just going to do a flyover and then circle to land, runway 1, since that's what we took off on. So we're just going to literally go straight like we already are, circle to land, and that will be our flight for this video. Because I totally blew it. But that's okay that I blew it. Yep. I just need to pay more attention, I guess. I don't have any excuses. I just went the wrong way. Even with instruments, I still went the wrong way. It's because I really wanted to get to sightseeing, so I'm like, let's set this VOR and get outside and look before it's too late. And I did it backwards again. Oh well. So, yeah, let's just enjoy this amazing autogen for a minute, and then we will fly over our airport, which is up there somewhere, and then we'll land. Very disappointing. I'm gonna have to get some refunds to my customers. All right, let's land this airplane and conclude the strangest video I've ever had. So we're about to fly over the airport we want. We don't want to land on the wrong one, but we are going to go by and then circle around like this to do like a spiral descent. So we want runway 1. Let's see, we don't have a heading bug in this, do we? Oh. So we won't be able to do a heading bug for the runway, but that's okay. All right, let's bring props forward, throttles back. Actually, not props forward quite yet. Throttles back so we can descend. And we need a long approach so we can see the runway because it's kind of behind us. I don't think we can even see it from here. So we got to come down. We're going to aim for about sea level. What are we at right now? We're at 3,000 feet. We have a long ways to come down and then a long U-turn. And we'll land this thing. We got some gorgeous views of the island and the water, though. Makes me think I should come back and do a sightseeing VFR of just this island. But anyway, big screw up today, but I'm keeping it because that's how the real world works. Well, not the real world. If this happened in the real world, actually no, this does happen in the real world. You hear about pilots screwing up all the time in the real world. There's our runway right there. Things happen, right? Big jets land at tiny airports by mistake. They don't calculate fuel. They just screw up a lot. You just don't hear about it. So this is our screw up. It's not even a big deal. Just waste some money and fuel and time for a passenger. That's okay. We'll try it again later. But for right now, let's just land safely and be glad that we're all safe. Approach, descent. Altimeter barometer, already did that because it's the same thing. Pull hydraulics, fuel pump on. What else? Props full. Gear down, final approach 75. That type of thing. We know what we're doing. It's this type of thing, right? Gear and flaps. Flaps, touchdown, or flaps, approach, touchdown, nose down. Where'd the airport go? I was too busy looking around here. Uh-oh. Lost the airport because we're too low. That's what happens. No, we didn't. It's right here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think I lost it. Alrighty, let's see here. Ready for flaps or anything yet? Just about. Hydraulics are ready. Props are forward. Mixtures forward. Come on. Gear down first. There we go. And flaps to half, which is about there. You can also, whoa, look out the window, and it should be on the halfway mark, and it is spot on. Right, here we go. Super simple. Final approach. And then final approach there. Flaps, final approach, touchdown, nose down. So flap speed, yes. Final approach. Coming in. We can do this. Come on. Final approach speed. Oh, a little bit of crosswind. Ooh, a lot of crosswind. I forgot we had robo rudder turned on. Oh my. So, right wing down, left rudder, right main will touch first with a firm touchdown. Good grief. Okay, here we go. Let's get that final approach speed in. And get ready for the crosswind landing right now. Now, come on, no more. There we go. Nose down a little early, but that's okay. Crosswind, we want to get on the ground as quickly as possible. Not terrible, not great, in between. Let's actually see if we can stop here and catch this taxiway so we don't have to back taxi all that way. Okay, let's just quickly get out of here. Get out of the way. Nice. All right. Where is our Charlie? I guess it's going to be. Okay. Landing lights can come off. There we go. Fuel pump can come off. What else can we do? Note the time on the clock. Well, it's only at 25 minutes. And a return to the airport. And we will try again tomorrow. Let's see here. Fuel pump off, no time on the clock. Flaps should already be up. Mixture lean. Landing lights off, which we already did. Good. Alright, let's turn around here and park this thing. And we'll try it again another day. Looks like that police officer's still there. That would have been a good storyline. Instead of admitting my mistake, I could have said, whoa, we have to return because the cops want to talk to us. But nope, I'll admit I screwed up. That's okay. Landing was good, though. It was worth it for the landing. Wow, these brakes are all or nothing. Alrighty, we're just going to park here, let the cops do their thing, and try this again another day. We'll do the same original flight plan. But this time I'll do the right direction on the globe. Let's just stop here. Like so. Come on, we can do it. Alrighty, we're backwards, but that's okay. Alright, let's just stop here and set that parking brake. And how do we shut this thing down? Hydraulics off. Strobe and position lights off. Idle for 3 minutes. Mixture shut off. Ignition off. Generator off. Battery off. And that's it. Open the canopy. And cops can come, grab their whatever they want to do. They just want to talk to us. But anyway, mistakes were made. Silly mistake. Would that happen in real life? Probably not, because they would have checked it 25,000 times, and they'd have somebody with me who knew what they were doing. But it's a simulator. It's what we make of it. I'm going to do something else for a while, and I'll come back another day, and we'll try the flight the way I planned it. Hopefully you come back as well. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll catch you next time.